Hello everyone, Ollie here from Let's Talk Cinema, and I'm back again in my humble abode. I know it's an out of the cinema review and not a at home thing, but as a recording, this is 2 days before I go and watch Jurassic World Rebirth with Rusty. Now, I'm here now, 2 days prior. I mean, obviously you'll be getting this when all the other footage is shot, when obviously me and Rusty go watch the film. But beforehand, I thought we'd do a couple of things before we get into that. So I want to give you my quick overview of my thoughts on the first 6 Jurassic Park and Jurassic World films. Obviously the Jurassic Park trilogy and the Jurassic World trilogy, and obviously we've got the new Jurassic World Rebirth that's out now when you're watching this. That's what I'm going to be doing right now, but also do kind of a little bit of an unboxing as well of the films. So I haven't rewatched them, so as of right now, as a recording, I haven't rewatched all 6 films prior to watching Rebirth. So by the time, obviously, you'll see me at the cinema with Rusty or outside at the car park, wherever we'll be shooting, I should have watched all 6 films. But as of right now, I've got the box set. I didn't have any of the films physically before now, so I haven't been able to check them out. But I thought I'd buy them physically because I'm a physical collector. I love Blu-rays. I love collecting physical media. So here I am. I know this set that you'll be seeing in a second is like almost 3 years old, but I just thought, why the hell not add a little bit more something to this video? I mean, obviously we enjoy doing our out of the cinema. So I'm trying to open the box and it's already ripped. I'm usually quite lucky with opening these boxes. I'm usually good doing one and done openings, but this one's being a pain in the ass. So, sorry. Look at this. Fucking hell. But yeah, it's just arrived, this package, and yeah, I've got the regular Blu-ray box set. It's called the Jurassic World, because obviously everything's now Jurassic World now. It's called the Jurassic World Ultimate Collection, and it's got the kind of stylized cover of Dominion, Jurassic World Dominion, obviously the latest one. And oh, this doesn't have a slip cover on it, which it looked like it did on the picture, but you never know with Amazon. You never know if you get a slip cover or not with the box set, but you don't with this, which is a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. So yeah, here it is. This is the cover. This is the box set. I'm talking about the Jurassic World Ultimate Collection with all 6 previous films. So the 3 Jurassic Park films: Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, aka Jurassic Park 2, and Jurassic Park 3. And then you obviously got the 3 Jurassic World films, or the previous Jurassic World film, should I say? Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, and Jurassic World Dominion. And obviously this cover is very much stylizing Dominion. Obviously the latest, well, not in a couple of days it won't be the latest, but at the time of when this released, it was Dominion that was the latest, so I guess they designed it based on that. I don't know why box sets do that sometimes with films, but it is what it is. So I did not grab my box cutter. Let me go grab it quickly. Okay, I am back, and got my trusty box cutter. Let me go. Has that pierced it? Yes, it has. Sorry if this is a bit of a random intro, I know, but I just thought, why not add something to this before I head off in a couple of days to see Rusty to watch Rebirth. So yeah, obviously I've shown you the front cover, there you go, and then you've got the spine, which says just Jurassic World, the Ultimate Collection. Don't know if that's going to focus or not, but that's the spine, obviously, and then you've got the back, right there. Pretty simple cover. So yeah, inside we have, okay, so let me spin these discs around before I show you them. Okay, I've got something to say as well regarding some box sets, especially from this distribution, but I'll get to it in a second once I've shown you. So so here they're the discs. So we have Jurassic Park here. Actually, I'll just take them out individually. Jurassic Park, pretty simple cover. Obviously it shows the title of the film, which I know that sounds strange, but I'll get to that. The Lost World, Jurassic Park, so Jurassic Park 2 essentially, but obviously it's called The Lost World because obviously that's the name of the book by Michael Crichton. It's Michael Crichton, I think. Rusty's going to correct me in the comments, I know. And then Jurassic Park 3. And then we have, this is where the issues come in with the discs, okay, the design. So the good thing is it's got artwork and not just plain with the logo, not just silver. But that's Jurassic World, if you can't tell. I mean, I can tell, but for some people that can't. The reason why this is bugging me so much is, where's the title? Where's the title? Alright, where's the title for fucking Jurassic World? Now, let me show you Fallen Kingdom, obviously the second Jurassic World film. It has it on there! Universal, what the fuck are you doing? And by the way, this is not just coming to this box set, or any films. There's a lot of films that don't have the logo on the disc. It's just artwork. And now moving on to the last one, obviously being Dominion. Again, no logo on there, no Jurassic World Dominion. The only way you'll be able to tell is on the tiny bits of text that all wrap around the disc. That's the only way you can tell, and that's not very good, is it? You can't even see it on the camera, but it says right here on the edge, it says Jurassic World Dominion. So yeah, note to anyone working at Universal watching this, I doubt it, but let's say you are. Please design your disc so that you can show the logo for all the films that you distribute, please. Whoever's decision it is to not put the frickin' logo on the disc, other than a couple of them, like this. Obviously, the discs for the Jurassic Park films, those ones you've seen, those two, and Jurassic Park 3. Bit bland, but at least it shows the bloody title. I'm not usually that nitpicky, but as long as they're Blu-ray and they're in good condition, then that's fine. But yeah, that's one of my main gripes with a lot of the Universal film Blu-ray discs and DVD and 4K. I think they do the same with that. But yeah, that's it really. Those are the 6 discs for all 6 films. But yeah, that's the unboxing side of it. So my quick thoughts on each 6 film. Obviously, I am going to be doing my overall thoughts after I rewatch all 6 films. But beforehand, telling you my thoughts on each film from memory. Obviously, the original Jurassic Park is a beloved classic. It's brilliant. It's fucking Jurassic Park. It's the original. I mean, how can you not like the film? So yeah, I love Jurassic Park. The Lost World Jurassic Park, aka Jurassic Park 2. Again, I need to rewatch it. This is why I can't say too much, because it's been a while since I watched it, and I don't actually remember very much of it other than Ian Malcolm, obviously Jeff Goldblum's character from the first one, is the main star in the second one. So, what's her face? Julianne Moore. She plays, I think, his ex or love interest in the film. Other than that, don't remember any of the plot, so I can't say too much on that. But Jurassic Park 3, however, very underrated. I know it might have a cult following or have some fans, but I am one of the fans. I remember really liking it, and again, when I come to rewatch it, hopefully I'll still like it and respect it. I'm sure I will, but we'll see. But yeah, underrated Jurassic Park 3. Moving on to the Jurassic World films. The first film, first Jurassic World, I remember liking, enjoying it. It was pretty entertaining. It was a bit silly, more silly than the Jurassic Park films, especially the first one. But I mean, obviously the Jurassic Park films have some silly, fun stuff. But I'd say the Jurassic World films, from what I remember, again, I need to rewatch them from memory. The 3 Jurassic World films are more fun and sillier than Jurassic Park, the Jurassic Park trilogy. But again, having to rewatch those ones, I'll have to let you guys know again when I go watch Rebirth. But yeah, so oh yeah, Fallen Kingdom. So yeah, Fallen Kingdom, I didn't not like as much as a lot of people did. Like, a lot of people despise that film, or at least heavily dislike it. I remember not minding it that much, but again, I can't see too much because it's been a while since I've seen that. Jurassic World Dominion, however, I mean, I'll talk about that film more with Rusty, because there's memories for that film. But overall, in terms of the actual film, and I'll tell you what I mean when I go meet Rusty and we'll talk about it. But from memory, the last time I watched it, I've only watched it twice. I watched it once in a 4DX cinema, and then the second time I watched it in regular 2D format. And for the the first time I really liked it. but that was mainly because of the 4DX experience. And then when I watched it the second time in regular format 2D, I wasn't as high on it as I watched it the second time, but things change. I might like it more than I did the second time, just as much maybe as the first time. But again, the first time I watched it in 4DX, and not to spoil too much later on, because obviously I want to talk about it with Rusty, because he was part of that experience, but we went to watch it together, Dominion in 4DX, and 4DX, that 4DX film was the first 4DX experience we ever had, and it was just amazing, to us anyway. But yeah, that's about it, guys, for my, for this little unboxing bit, and little overview of what I remember of the previous 6 Jurassic Park and Jurassic World films before watching Rebirth. Yeah, sorry this is a bit random, this bit intro. This wasn't planned at all, but I had yesterday bought this box set because I wanted to buy the physical box set myself. So I just thought this morning, just before it arrived, I thought, well, you know what, might do like an intro video, an intro for this video, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so yeah, again, this is in 2 days before I see Rusty, so yeah, all I can say is I can't wait to see Rebirth, and I hope you enjoy it. So, but in the meantime, I'm going to watch these 6 films, and then I think before we watch Rebirth, we're going to do our rankings of these 6 films, and then after Rebirth, we're also going to add Rebirth to the list with the 6 films, so it'll be obviously all 7 films currently then. I think that's what we're going to do. We might change our minds, we might do something else, I don't know, but that's kind of what we've discussed together, me and Rusty. So yeah, I'm going to go get watching these films, and see you in a couple of days. Alright guys, so 2 days later, here with Rusty.
Hi.
And yeah, of course, like I said in the intro, we're here to watch Jurassic World Rebirth. So our plan for structuring this review is to talk about, obviously, the other 6 Jurassic Park and Jurassic World films in the form of a ranking. So the way we just decided to do this is basically, rather than doing a traditional ranking where one of us goes first from worst to best, so what we're going to do is basically, I'm going to go last, I'm going to state my last place in the rankings, so my number 6. Then Rusty's going to go next for that, and then we're going to go 5, 5, 4, 4, 4. So it's going to go, yeah, that way. Yeah. So hopefully you know what I mean. So you'll see when we do it.
It'll make sense.
Yeah, it'll make sense. It'll make sense when we do it. Yeah, we'll talk about our before thoughts of Rebirth after we do our ranking. I think it makes more sense. So we can do all the previous films and then come into the new one now. So yeah, let's do our ranking then. Okay, so my least favourite Jurassic Park World film.
This is weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I said to Rusty earlier that I hope that it'd be really weird if it's the same ranking, like with the Karate Kid films. Yeah, so my last place, my number 6 for all these films, well, the 6 films, is The Lost World Jurassic Park. Or it should be called Jurassic Park 2 The Lost World, I think.
No,
because it's the Lost World Jurassic. It's just weird.
That was the same name.
I know. Yeah, no, I get it, but it's like, I think for people that aren't.
Oh, no, yeah, I get what you mean. Because Jurassic Park 3. Is
yeah. Sorry. So it should be Jurassic Park 2. The Lost World makes more sense, or at least I think. So yeah, The Lost World. It's just boring. It's for the most part boring. I mean, there's a couple of good moments, like the RV bit where obviously where it goes off the cliff and then they land on that glass, and then that bit's cool to a point, and then I don't know, a lot of it's just kind of boring. I hate the opening. I've already expressed that to Rusty, and I just really don't like it. I don't like obnoxious rich people, and I hate that they're British as well. So I feel like it's very stereotypical. And the fact that it's Steven Spielberg as well, it feels a bit weird. It's just like, he did the original and now he's doing this. It's a bit weird. So when Rusty gets to Lost World, he'll probably say more because he's actually read the book and I haven't, so he'll probably have a bit more of an insight onto that. So Lost World, pretty boring to me. Ian Malcolm, I feel like he still should have been a supporting role and not a leading role. I think he fits better as a supporting role. I mean, he's great, obviously, as we all know, but I think as a leading character, I think he works better as a supporting role, in my opinion. And Sarah, she's alright. Any other characters I can't even remember. So yeah, the climax scene in San Diego. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, Lost World, I don't have much else to say. It's just meh to me. Last place, number 6. Might be unpopular, but that's just my opinion. Let's pass it on to Rusty. See his last place. Let me swap you around.
And to no one's surprise as well, The Lost World is also my least favourite. For many of the similar reasons that Ollie has stated. But to add on to that, I have read the book. I don't read a lot of books, but this one, the book had me hooked. It really did, and it continues on with the story from the first film with the aerosol can, Lewis Dodson. You know, it continues on that and makes it a bigger focus as well as having a bunch of other cool things. And it's basically it's more like a mystery plot. It's quite interesting. But we're judging it as a film. Again, it's boring. It's got some great moments, absolutely. Like there is no, like I'm not saying it's a bad film at all. It's brilliantly well made. Like it holds up just as well. But it's just slow. It's just something slow about it. It's also got the worst opening as well. I agree. Out of all the 6 films, worst opening. I think the abandoned worker village scene is pretty cool, where they're running towards like an old building, and I forget his name, but he's calling for a helicopter. But you know, you have like the raptors around, the tiger stripe raptors. I think that's a good scene. Ian Malcolm is great. I noticed, at least because it's been a while since I rewatched it, it was far funnier than I remembered. There was a lot of like one-liners from Ian Malcolm, which I thought were pretty funny. But overall, it's just like a film. Like it's the same runtime as the first one. It's just not as interesting for some reason, and I don't know why. And also a little fun fact about the book and the film. I know I don't say it, but the RV scene is the only one taken from the book. It's the only scene from the book in the film, which is probably why Michael Crichton didn't come back for the third one, because it's just like, well, if you're not going to use the book, what's the point? But other than that, we could talk about these things all day, but we got a video to make. So, number 6, The Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Okay, so my number 5 is Jurassic World Dominion. Now this film is it's an interesting film because I quite briefly mentioned this in the intro, but I wanted to save it for this moment. Me and Rusty went to go watch this in 4DX. My first time watching it, he had watched it another time in 2D, which was a terrible experience. I don't know if he'll talk about it when he talks about Dominion, but we really liked the 4DX experience for Dominion. Like, I think because there's a lot of things in Dominion because I watched it last night, and there were things that I actually forgotten about, because I think I went out of it remembering the 4DX experience and not so much the film itself.
Did you watch the extended cut?
I did watch the extended cut, yeah, so I should have emphasised that. But yeah, I have watched the extended cut, so it's an extra 20-ish minutes from the theatrical cut. And I had only watched the theatrical cut before yesterday, so I watched it twice in the cinema, once the first time in 4DX, second time in regular 2D, and then obviously just rewatched it at home for the first time last night. Yeah, it's not as good as I remember it being. There's a lot of things that are just a bit... I find it a bit of an overstuffed story. I think the storyline, there's like these 2 storylines, one side with the OG cast and the other side with the new cast, of course, and the whole thing with the giant locusts. I'm a bit like, no, it's the final Jurassic World film, it should be about humans and dinosaurs coexisting, and it's just, it doesn't have that overall factor of the film. Like the overall element of the film isn't there. The dinosaurs are almost sidelined for most of the film to me, other than the opening's brilliant, which is the prologue. In the extended cut, it's the prologue scene, which is great. It's a great opening scene. So I I just found it a bit. I mean, there was a couple of cool moments involving, even though I don't find him a very compelling villain, is Lewis Dodgson. But he was okay. I mean, there were some funny moments, but as a villain, he's right. Seeing the OG cast, I mean, seeing them was cool, but I feel like some of the lines were a bit off. I don't know. I just felt, not just them, but actually everyone. Like, I felt like some of the dialogue was a bit off to me. Like, sometimes I don't usually notice that very much, but for some reason in this, it just felt a bit off. But anyway, I don't want to go on too much of a ramble about it. But unfortunately wasn't as good as I remember it being. The reason why it's not my least favourite is because there are some bits that I found that were quite cool, and it was more investing, whereas Lost World was just kind of forgettable and just, it was just forgettable and just dull. So, but I guess on the good side for Lost World is it feels more like a Jurassic Park film than Dominion, because Dominion felt more like a Mission Impossible film. So yeah, that's my number 5, Jurassic World Dominion. Yeah.
So, my number 5, which is a surprise to me as well, because I didn't expect to put it at number 5, but it's Jurassic Park 3. I really like this film, but on my rewatching that I didn't enjoy it as much, and I was really surprised. I was just like, I thought I loved you. The Spinosaurus in it is great, but I noticed it barely shows up. Which obviously, you could say the same about the T-Rex and all, but for being on the original logo, I don't know. I just felt it was kind of like a lackluster villain, because that's what they're supposed to be. But there's just something about it I just didn't quite like this time round. Of course, there are some great scenes in it, as there are with all of them. Again, as I said, there are some great scenes. There's Cooper. There are some good bits in this film, of course. But there's, I like the story of it. Billy's standout. He's great. Just wish I didn't have to see him as the rhino going, "Ah!" That bloody noise. If you didn't know, same actor. But that's not the video. Anyway, I don't know. It's just, I just don't have much to say. I really just did not enjoy it this time around, which is really disappointing to me, because the Spinosaurus is my favourite dinosaur. Well, I have to commemorate probably my favourite sequence in the film, at least. The birdcage. Sorry, we have to keep moving. There's loads of people out today. It's very busy. The birdcage. The sequence of that is great. The atmosphere of it, especially with Eric walking down the bridge, and then it's just like, Mum, and it's the pterodon. All of that is just the one thing I do love about the film is the atmosphere, the tone. It's brilliant. I love it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's good, especially that birdcage scene. All of that, brilliant. Oh, that's one thing I do want to commemorate on all of them. Every single child actor in this is brilliant. They really are, because you watch a show like as a child actor, you give them a pass. It's a child, it's a kid. But with all of them, from the very first one to the latest one, not Rebirth, Dominion, the actor for Maisie, all of them, brilliant. I cannot say anything else other than they do great. Again, Eric, great. I have to talk, as we talk about openings, the opening of Jurassic Park 3. This one line from opening Jurassic Park 3 is always stuck in my head. No, not yet. I don't know. It's always just stuck in my head. And I always say, are you done yet? I'm like, no, not yet. It's just stuck in my head. It's when they're paragliding, which is cool. It's an interesting opening, but it makes no sense. For one reason, when the boat goes through the fog, there's no explanation ever. And there's no hint to being like, oh, is it the Spinosaurus doing that? Nothing. It just, if you didn't know, Jurassic Park 3 had a ton of script rewrites on set. I actually noticed there's a scene where Billy his hairstyle's completely different. It's shaved. And it's only for a few scenes, but I'm just like, that's a reshoot. Because your hair in every other scene is curly.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed that because I've seen the film so many times. But overall, it's still a good... Okay. One thing I wanted to say is that between The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, there's a big gap between how much I like it and how much I don't. So, even though, you know, it's number 5, doesn't mean I don't love it. It's just not my favourite this time around. But with time, things always change. So, number 5, Jurassic Park 3.
So my number 4, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, good thing about it, probably the best opening to all these films. I think it's like the most compelling. It's like, oh my god, it's quite cool actually. Because again, it's been a while. I haven't seen it since when I watched it for the first time back before, you know, when watching Dominion. So yeah, so watching that, I was like, oh, this is quite cool. So good opening, great start. Obviously, there's things I knew about it in here, remembering stuff. But again, I like Owen and I like Claire. I think they're great characters. But I like their personalities. I like Owen in particular as well. So yeah, I think they're great. Now, I didn't speak about this character in Dominion. I forgot about it, but I thought may as well introduce her here because this is her first appearance. But Maisie Lockwood, there you go. Or Charlotte Lockwood as well. But Maisie Lockwood Williams, she's an interesting character. Obviously, she's much younger in this one than she's in Dominion. She's a bit older because I think it's a few years later in Dominion.
I think it's like 4 years.
4 years, yeah. Because of COVID and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's much younger in this, so she is technically a child actor in this one. And she's good. She's good. It was an interesting plot line for the cloning stuff. Like, I didn't hate it as much as a lot of people did. I think the reason why this is lower than others, because one, I think there are better ones to me than this one. But I wouldn't say, I can't really say that, I can't really say that I can understand the hate for this one, because there's a lot of hate for this one, isn't there? I quite like the kind of tricking bit with the whole Lockwood Enterprise, or something like that. What are they called? The Lockwood Manor. Wait, Lockwood Manor, yeah. Isn't there like a company? No, there isn't a company. No. The Lockwood when they're the Lockwood, obviously they said that, oh, we have a sanctuary for these dinosaurs. But obviously they get tricked into not. Obviously the old man obviously didn't know about it. Benjamin. But that's the old man's name? Benjamin, yeah. And then obviously the young douchebaggy guy, what's his name again? Do you remember his name? Mills. Yeah, he's a dick. And obviously he doesn't take them to sanctuary. He auctions them, yeah. So he does like a whole auction thing. And then Toby Jones as well is in it. He's great. He's the one that he does the 10 million for such and such and whatever. He's the guy, yeah. And he's like, I'll give you 10 minutes to tell me your stuff, yeah. That guy, yeah, he's a great actor. Obviously, he doesn't have like a distinguishing role in it, but he's good. I think I'm going to forget these species names now. The new hybrid, what's it called?
Indoraptor.
The Indoraptor. Yeah, I quite like the Indoraptor. I feel like they're slightly underused a little bit, but I like it. But yeah, I would say I'm trying to keep these rankings short because, you know, I don't want to waste all this video talking about this. But yeah, I think Fallen Kingdom doesn't deserve as much hate as it gets, but it is lower because I do prefer other films in this franchise than this one. So yeah, number 4 is pretty decent. So yeah, that's Fallen Kingdom, number 4.
Right, my number 4. This will probably be like the 4th take of this as well. My number 4 is Jurassic World. I remember when this film was coming out. I used to have pajamas. I have a bedsheet of it. I know Jurassic World. One thing I really like about this film is the brothers, Zach and Gray. I really, because I'm a brother, I relate to it quite a lot. So it's very nice. It's a nice touching storyline there, you know, like arguing and then they reconcile. Yeah, brotherly love or whatever it's called. it's good, very good. I think that is very done well. I mean, it's a fully functioning park. It's great. I mean, it's really cool to see John Hammond's dream realised. It's pretty cool. Simon Masrani, he's great. He's the park owner. He's the one that John Hammond entrusted with his fortune, and not once did he mention expenses. Spared no expense. Again, it's a great film. It really is. But I just didn't like the Indominus Rex this time around. I just, so most people know the Indominus Rex.
Thanks for reminding the name.
The Indominus Rex. It's good. It sets up. It's brilliant. It can camouflage. It's good. It's good. But I just didn't like it as much. I think one part for me I didn't like was the whole. I think his name's Hobbs. I think that was his name.
Oh, is he the dickhead?
Yeah. He tries to get Owen's raptors to use in the field in the wood. Yeah, but that whole bit I just found really slows the film down to a crawl for me. I just didn't really like it that much, which really for me it really brought the film down, because it's a good pace, I think, all the way up to that night bit, and it's always that bit where I'm just like. It's like, get on. And I don't usually do that in films, but for this one, it really does bring it down to a crawl. Again, great film, great cast. I really wish we saw more of Zach and Gray in the later films, but I can appreciate a different point of view. But what I found with the World films is that Claire Dearing's the main character. In all of them, we see her first before we see. Well, actually, I don't know about Dominion though. I think it's different in Dominion. But at least for the first two, it feels like you're seeing it from Claire's point of view. And I really like that. And I do like how at the start, she's neatly dressed, smooth, great. And throughout the entire film, her clothes become less, because they're definitely ironed, they're nice. They become more ragged, her face gets dirtier. And by the end, she's sweating so much you can see her skull. You can see, oh, she's been through a lot. It's great all the way through. It's great. We need more teeth. The cast in the control room as well. With I've got a Jurassic Park t-shirt on as well. Insensitive. It's a great, solid film. It's a great film, but I just think the Blue coming back to life and the final fight. It's a little cheesy for me now. Yeah, I guess it's just a bit cheesy now. The CGI as well. I'm starting to notice it aging now. You don't go looking for it, but I can slowly start to see the age of the film. I don't think there's anything. Is there anything? Oh, the opening for this one. What was the opening?
We see the Indominus Rex, the hatch.
Oh, the egg. Was it the egg? Yeah. This one doesn't really have an opening, if that makes sense. But it sets up I guess the Indominus Rex really, but
introduced to the brother.
and
the mum.
And Zara as well. The British character who ends up dying. But either way, Mosasaurus is great. Really solid film. Think the Indominus Rex is a little bit boring now, because these start to go from dinosaur animal films to monster films. But overall, solid film. A little bit boring in a little chunk, but ends pretty well. And yeah, it's a good solid film. I like it, and that's I just like it over the other ones. All right, so number 4, Jurassic World.
Okay, so my number 3 is Jurassic Park 3. The reason why this is higher, I know some people don't like it because the quality isn't up to par as some of the others, but I know what I really like is the simple story. I love the story. It's quick, snappy, 90 minutes. It's great. Obviously, not all films need to be 90 minutes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a nice, sweet, short film that I can actually put on more than, say, some of the other ones, because it's just, So
I will say as well, I can absolutely put on Jurassic Park 3 any day of the week than The Lost World.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously. Obviously. Jurassic Park 3, just going to try and keep it quick. Some great memorable moments. Alan! Everyone's very controversial about that dream sequence, but I think that's quite funny.
It's a fun
Yeah. For those who don't like it, you're sad. So that I like. It's like another one of those plots where it's like, okay, you bring one of these characters into the island and then you get tricked. It's like, well, not tricked, but like it's not what it seems. It's like they're on their honeymoon, the couple, the two, but obviously they're actually divorcing. They're not on good terms exactly. They're only there to save Eric and her boyfriend. I've forgotten her name now. Yeah, I liked that obviously because obviously Sam Neill's back in there, so he's great. I really like Alan Grant. Him coming back was great. And then obviously seeing Ellie Sattler for a little bit as well. But yeah, obviously the Kirbys obviously wanting to bring Alan Grant in because obviously they think he knows about 𝕬𝕐𝚃, isn't it? The second island, yeah. 𝕬𝕐𝚃, or whatever. Yeah. But obviously that wasn't the island he actually went to originally. It was ℚ𝕬𝕝. And they were like, oh shit. And obviously when they got there, obviously all shit, hell went loose. I'm trying to be quick. Yeah, I like that obviously they switched up. It was like, actually they're not there for a honeymoon. They're there to save their child, Eric. And potentially, I forgot her name now. What's the wife called again? But the wife, yeah, obviously her boyfriend, who was actually with Eric. They were the people that were paragliding.
I remember.
Ben, is it Ben?
Mrs. Kirby.
Mrs. Kirby. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I like that. I just like the simple plot. That's really it, really. Dinosaurs are good. Obviously, still practical effects and everything is good. I mean, I will say that the earlier ones, even the original, I try not to notice it because again it kind of ruins it, but you kind of see a couple glimpses where it's a bit like, yeah, it's a bit, because obviously they use a bit of both practical and digital effects, and I think in all of them, right?
Yeah, they do.
Even the original, yeah. Because I know older films typically try and do practical, whereas obviously when kind of the 2000s come along, they try and do more digital, but they sometimes don't age as well, which is why practical is always better than digital effects in any circumstance, really, because it's just when in the future you're like, oh, that's a bit, yeah. So anyway, characters I liked, for the most part. I mean, Mrs. Curry was a bit annoying sometimes, yeah, when she's screaming, I'm just like, but yeah, that's about it really for Jurassic Park 3.
Solid film.
Yeah, solid, quick, easy watch. Yeah, that's Jurassic Park 3, my number 3.
Right, I do want to say real quick that obviously we can't mention everything in this because there's a load of things that Ollie's brought up, especially about Jurassic Park 3, which I'm just like, yeah, you know, I really enjoy that, you know, but we can't mention everything.
Yeah.
But
it's not that I don't want to, it's
yeah,
just that I don't want to wait. I don't
yeah,
want to spend all
we're on a
time
time limit.
this.
We got So my third favourite film, my third in the list, is Jurassic World Dominion. Now, personally, I liked it. I thought I was entertained all the way through. I think there is probably like there's obviously a little slow bits, but the two stories you got.
Extended cut.
And I watched the extended cut, which obviously the opening for that as well, brilliant. It's beautiful. It's really nice. I can't even remember what the opening was in the normal one. Something to do with the mosasaur, I think. But yeah, the two stories, you basically got like the action side, and then you got like the story, quieter side for the older actors. And then eventually it all comes together, you know, they all meet, and then you have like both sides of the story. Yeah, I do think there is quite a bit of missed opportunity with these films, especially this one. Unfortunately, COVID, they did a ton of script rewrites because of COVID. There's going to be loads of more crowd scenes and probably a lot more. I've got the book which goes behind the scenes and stuff, but that's not what we're here for.
I'd like to know about that.
Yeah. So, as a film itself, what we got, it's an enjoyable film. I enjoyed it. Again, if you in the back of your head, if you keep thinking, "Oh, I wish this was that," or you're not going to enjoy it as much, you know. But if you take it for what it is, face value, It's a solid, fun film. It's an interesting story. I mean, when we watched it, I'm sure they're swayed by the 4DX, but we had two friends then, never seen a Jurassic film, but they came out saying, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Claire in it as well. Again, we do see Claire first. She's rescuing like a sick dinosaur from an illegal breeding factory. So, yeah, for me, these films are Claire's story. And and by this, you know, her arc is basically complete, because in Jurassic World, you know, so she didn't want to be a mother either. She just wanted to get on with her work. She saw them as numbers on a spreadsheet, you know, but things go on. And now she's there saving the dinosaurs. You know, she's risking her life for them as well, which is far more than what she would have done in the previous ones. So it's, I think the character arc is there. Blue is great. Owen's great. The extended cut as well really helps, especially for what's his name, the hunter you see at the start. I literally was saying it last night again, so I remember it, and I forgot. But the extended cut is definitely worth watching, because there's the character death of this like trafficker, this evil baddie. Ray Delacourt, I think his name. Something Delacourt. Rain Delacourt. Something like that. You know, like you learn more about him, like watching Owen and Maisie, because Maisie is technically on the run or something. But it's a solid film. Again, we can't talk about it. I gotta get going. Solid film, enjoyable, and this the CGI and practical effects are well mixed. I'd say they're very well put into the film. I'd say, however, I wouldn't say they're the best in the trilogy. However, though, there is some naff CGI I did notice with the Giganotosaurus. Overall, fun, entertaining film. Would I put it on every single day? No, I wouldn't, because it's a long film. Yeah, it feels long as well. But it's one of those films where you watch it to get the end of the story. That's all I can say. But overall, I still enjoyed it. I still liked it. And so that's it for me. There's probably more, again, but we can't talk about everything. So, number 3, Jurassic World Dominion.
Okay, so, my number 2, Jurassic World. I enjoyed it more than I did the last time I watched it. We've got 9 minutes, by the way. Sorry, Rusty signaled me, because not only have we got that much time left, but also the battery's running low now, so we need to be quick. So, Jurassic World, the first one, enjoyed it more than I did the first time. Again, like you were, kind of what you were saying, pretty much, like the brothers, Zach and Gray. That's their names, right? Yeah. Zach and Gray. Again, like the introduction to Owen and Claire. Obviously, they're kind of back and forth thing, obviously. Remember the clip I sent you? Yeah. But anyway, so I think the effects really shine here. Obviously, this is kind of the next big, because this is from Jurassic Park to Jurassic World, so everything's bigger, much more scale, which some people like, some people don't, but I don't mind it. So, like you say, with like the fact that obviously this park is kind of showing us what John Hammond wanted, and I quite like that. It's like, God, it's so weird seeing the first one and then now we're here. It's like, wow. So I just like the whole, I liked most of the premise of the film. I really like, unlike you, I did like the final battle with the Indominus Rex and the T-Rex. I quite like that. It's quite fun. So Jurassic World, my number 2.
Alright, so time's ticking, we gotta get on. Number 2, my number 2, Jurassic Park. I know, that's very controversial. But for me, this is a 10 out of 10. I think there's probably maybe a little bit. But overall, it's a brilliant film from start to finish. Because, like, it's the same runtime as, like, The Lost World, but it's far more engaging. It's far more interesting, you know, where it doesn't feel like a slog to get through. It's something you're like, I want to watch this. This is good. The CGI, it could be noticeable, but because most of the CGI is in the dark, it's not as noticeable than CGI in the day. Practical effects, as Ollie said, hold up, still great. I mean, like the fat T-Rex. Fun fact, if you didn't know, the reason it's so fat and chubby is because when they used it in the water, it kept soaking it up. Yeah. So, but great action sequences, a great solid film from start to finish with brilliant, memorable characters, memorable lines. Brilliant. It's just a brilliant film. I think if there was anything to critique about the film, is that Tim didn't pick up the shotgun. He was just sat there going at the computer. But honestly, when you're in that kind of moment, you don't think about that.
Yeah.
It's only one of those things where like, that don't make no sense. But you're not supposed to see it like that. You're supposed to see it in sequence. So even then, that's not really a complaint. Overall, great. Again, just a solid, great film, start to finish. And if this was the only film of its kind, it was great. It didn't need a sequel. It's one of those films where it's cool that we've got sequels, but it didn't need a sequel in the first place because it's just so good. Again, I've read the books. I could talk about differences, but the book is just as good as the film. So the way I'd see it is they're both just as good. It's a great adaptation of the book, and yeah, it's a solid film you can show anyone. It's brilliant. Lex and Tim, child actors, brilliant again. Yeah, great film, start to finish, brilliant. So Jurassic Park, again, there's more that we would love to say, but we ain't got time. Jurassic Park, my number 2.
Okay, so we're at the top now. My number 1, of course, Jurassic Park. Yeah, I mean, what is there to say about Jurassic Park? It's great. Really good film. I wouldn't go as to say it's a masterpiece, but it is a great film. Yeah, I gave it, I think, a 4.5 star, so 9 out of 10. So yeah, again, we have like no time left, so I mean, there's not much to say. It's great. John Hammond, brilliant. Richard Attenborough, he's great.
What you're not hearing is Richard Gale.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, I know we're running out of time now. So number 1, Jurassic Park.
And so finally, my number 1, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. This one's special to me. I told Ollie it's the first film I ever saw in cinema by myself. It's also the first Jurassic film I saw in cinemas, so it's got the special attachment to me. Obviously, there's loads more that I could say, but overall, as a film, I really love it from beginning to end. Also, fun fact about Claire: she says "run" in all 3 of the films, and it don't even make sense in the 3rd one. But anyway, the character arc of her saving the dinosaurs as well. She's also not as scared of them. I mean, I remember a complaint for this film was they gave the screams to, not the seagulls, but to Franklin. Because you know the scene where the baryonyx is coming through the tunnel and the lava comes down and he really screams. It's funny. But people... So how people always say, you're like, oh, she should be the one screaming. It's horrible complaints. To quote Ellie Sattler, we can discuss sexism in survival situations after. But it's great. I love the characters in it. Frank, the horrible, I forget her name. The woman with the glasses.
Yeah.
They're all interesting characters. I like them. I care about them. Blue kind of feels like a little bit like a superhero in this one. It's like, I mean, like Blue literally comes out.
Nowhere, yeah.
She can't. Okay, I'm glad you noticed it. She comes out of nowhere in the bedroom scene.
Situation.
Yeah.
Any of the characters are in, it's just like
she just comes out.
Yeah,
it's a little silly.
Yeah.
This is also the only film shot digitally.
Yeah.
Only one, and I can really notice it because everything looks so smooth. It's weird. I don't like it. That's like my only complaint about it, other than Blue as well. The Indoraptor being a prototype, it's pretty cool. Obviously, it could be far worse, which it isn't. And Doctor Wu is in it as well. It's great. Again, I love the characters in this. It's memorable to me from start to finish. The tricking is just like, we're gonna bring these dinosaurs to a sanctuary like in Lost World. Obviously, big fat lie. Yeah, and Ian Malcolm's in this again. And
for like 2 minutes.
2 minutes, but his presence is really felt though. It's again great, solid film. I really do like this one. Again, I'd love to talk more about it, but time's getting on, and we got a new one to watch. So hopefully you'll see our thoughts after that. Hopefully it's just as good. Will it be Fallen Kingdom? I don't know. Will it be Jurassic Park? Probably not, but you never know. I'm intrigued for it, and I hope it's a good film. I hope it is. And so I'll pass it over to Ollie to give some quick before thoughts of the film, and then we're going.
So yeah, my before thoughts for Jurassic World Rebirth. When it was announced quickly, I was like, okay, it's going to come out 3 years after Dominion. It's like, it's the conclusion. It's like, okay, we'll see. And then I heard the director. I was like, oh, because I really am a fan of Gareth Edwards, who he's directing this one. He directed Monsters, which is a very underrated sci-fi film. I do recommend it. He did the Godzilla film, the first MonsterVerse one. He did Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, The Creator, and now obviously he's doing Jurassic World Rebirth. So yeah, so Gareth Edwards, great choice for a director because he's great with scale stuff, sci-fi stuff. And I remember quickly in an interview, actually I'll put the clip in, but very interesting that he said,
I think the only thing I would say is, like, I was about to take a break and I started writing my next idea for a film, and this is the only movie that would make me drop everything like a stone and dive right in. I love Jurassic Park. I think the first movie is a cinematic masterpiece, and Steven Spielberg is 100% the reason I ever wanted to be a film director. So this opportunity is like a dream to me.
But yeah, I hope it's good. Again, with audiences being sad and just like, oh, it's not right. I mean, it might be right, I don't know, but it's just nowadays most reviews for films are just like this mediocre, which is a bit annoying. So it might be mediocre. I hope it's really good though. But yeah, that's my before thoughts really. So yeah, we'll see you on the way out. Rusty, do the honours.
Roll the preview.
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
That's kind of our specialty.
Get down! Hey! Hang on! Come on!
Let's go.
Jurassic World, rated PG-13, in theaters now.
Alright, so we've just got out of Jurassic World Rebirth. Straight away, I appreciate the film, the type of film they used. You know, film versus digital. I appreciate that a lot. For me, the audio, the voices were a bit quiet for me. But
The dialogue.
yeah, the dialogue was just a little quiet over the music and the sound effects everywhere else. That could have just been a me or a cinema thing. Don't know. It was a little slow to begin with, like very slow. But you know, we got there in the end. There's two sets of characters in this: the mercenaries and the family.
Yeah.
I was far more intrigued on the family. I don't know about Ollie, but when it was switching between stories, I wanted to know more about this family that we got into. And to be honest, if the film was all about them, great. Because it wasn't until about probably at halfway when I was like, you know, I'm starting to like them a lot more. You know, get used to them characters, but immediately with the family, I meshed with them well. I really liked them. Not the mercenaries as much. Scarlett's character, Zara,
Yeah,
something like that. Different character to what I thought she was going to be. She's a little goofy in it was quite nice. It was, you know, a different take because I've never seen Scarlett act like that before, so I thought that's quite nice. The scientist dude with the glasses, he was pretty cool. I liked him. There was a moment, spoilers. Well, I think I heard you, like, the corner of my eye go a little bit. You know, when the rope snaps and the stone starts crumbling away. That got me, and then immediately after, it's like, oh no, he's fine. He landed on some leaves and splashed. But it's a Jurassic film. We have fun. I think Ollie mentioned this earlier. Gareth Edwards is good at scale, and I can just say good things about the scale in this film. There's some things I have no idea what they were. Big mechanical things. I don't know what that is, but it's huge. But some films, they do scale very wrong, where like the character looks probably a bit too big for what they're supposed to be. Perfect scale, brilliant. Again, some of the shots as well with like the sunset was beautiful, really. So nothing but good for the directing. Alright, so you may not notice, or you may do, we're on a phone now. Quality has changed. I mean, I'm not holding a mic 24/7. Where was I? To me, this film feels like a Jurassic Park film more than a World film. Which is good, because the World films are more action, like heavy action, there doesn't feel, sometimes there doesn't seem to be any stakes, if that makes any sense. You don't feel as if the characters are in danger.
Peril, yeah.
Yeah. This one, I very much felt danger in this one. There's a scene, it's a little silly, but where one of the characters goes to relieve himself. And the way he just fully stops because of what's behind him. You feel like, oh. And the way they set him up at the start, it's like the douchebag kind of character.
Yeah.
You think, oh, he's going to die. No. Like there's always moments like where you think, oh, he's dead. He's not. So, but it shocks you. It's like, oh, he's dead. No, he's alive. So it's very well done in that way. I think all the characters are great. It's an interesting story as well. I like the story, and it ends like an old-fashioned Jurassic Park film, with the sailing off into the sunset, with not a proper conclusion, just kind of like a journey's ended, gone, which Jurassic Park was. Journey's ended, they've lived, get out, the end. It was weird seeing that kind of ending and seeing directed by Gareth Edwards instead of like Steven Spielberg. I was like, what? That's weird, but it was nice. It's visually great. But again, the first half was incredibly slow, and it reminded me, unfortunately, of The Lost World a little bit because of that original feel that they gave this, and not great. But I don't know the exact point. I'd say probably just when the family are like waking up and moving about, and the T-Rex, I think just around that area is when it starts picking up and things start getting a little more interesting. Overall, it's a fun film. I definitely recommend you go give it a watch. But I want to say one more thing that I heard someone point out. This film feels like a side quest. It doesn't really affect like the big overall plot. It's literally just a group of people surviving with dinosaurs, which I guess is what Dominion should have been, really. But they did it well, I think. Other than the first half being very slow, the final half and onwards is great. I think it really was good. I was really engaged and invested, if that's the word. As well, they didn't seem to use a lot of practical effects this time around, I noticed. Other than obviously physical things the characters are on, but like with the monstrosity, whatever the hell that was, the big one, that looked all CGI. There was a few times where it looked practical. I thought there's no way they built something that big. So I think the only practical thing they actually had, other than the sets, because the sets were amazing, can I just say the settings and everything, brilliant, was I don't know what it's called, it was in Dominion, the tiny little dinosaur. I think that one had a practical doll or whatever it's called, animatronic, whatever. Yeah, I think I'll give it a 7, which I think is fair because that first half really, like, you know, if you're gonna watch a film, you better be interested by the first 20 minutes. You know, maybe the first half hour, but 20 minutes you should be all right. I'm into it. I was, because I'm here for Jurassic, but I was just like a little slow, and I did feel like I was getting tired. I was like, this is not boring, but it was on the level of The Lost World.
It was on the cusp.
Yeah,
yeah,
on the cusp of it being. But thankfully, it's definitely better than The Lost World. Don't worry. If you don't know Lost World.
So ranking.
So, ranking. Tough. Well, it's definitely above Lost World, so that's gone.
So worst to best again.
Yeah. So number 6, Lost World. Number 5. I know I said Jurassic Park 3, but I'm gonna replace that with Dominion. I'm gonna change my thing up because I was thinking throughout all of it. And then so that was number 7, 6, 5. I think will be Jurassic World. Then Jurassic World Rebirth. No. Jurassic Park 3, Rebirth, Park, Fallen Kingdom, I think. I know I said it really weirdly there, but just so I remembered which was coming.
So Lost World, Dominion, Jurassic World,
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 3,
Yeah.
Rebirth, Park, Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know many people are like, Park, Fallen Kingdom. Yeah. It's just a personal favourite. Look, these are my own opinions, you know, what I enjoy more over the others. Again, I could watch this film a year from now and be like, yeah, it was better than I thought, or it was worse than I thought. Same with, you know, if I rewatch Jurassic Park 3 in like a couple of years, I'm like, actually, I enjoyed that so much this time. You know, because I remember the first time I watched it, I didn't like it at all. And then I watched it the second time, I thought, this is brilliant. And then I watched it last night, I thought, it was alright. You know, and I can watch it again. Yeah, so everyone's opinions can change over time. So remember that. But overall, I'd say go watch it. It's definitely worth your time. Just bear with it for the first hour. But I promise you, you'll have fun by the end. Absolutely. So I'm going to pass it off to Ollie because I gotta go. So thank you for watching. Hope you go enjoy the film, and thanks for listening to our review. Bye.
Alright guys, so my afterthoughts on Jurassic World Rebirth. Obviously, Rusty's left now to catch his bus, so me, I'm on my own now. This is going to be... I want to gather more thoughts, but, you know, it's the whole thing with, you know, out of the cinema review, initial thoughts, so... So in an ideal world of thumbs up or thumbs down, give it a thumbs up. Let's just go through positives, mixed and negatives as I usually do, rather than just mixing through. So positives, I think Gareth Edwards directed this really well, like in terms of the way it looks, like the scale, as Rusty mentioned earlier. The scale of it, the look of it is just fantastic. Yeah, I think Gareth Edwards is great. Already said that, but say it again. Yeah, so directed well. Other good. I like Henry. I think his name's Henry, the guy with the glasses. I think the actor's name is... Oh no, I forgot his name. I had his name in my head while I was in the cinema watching the film. I was like, okay, it's that name, and now of course I've forgotten. So I'll put his name on there and also the picture of his character on there. But I really like him. I'm pretty sure the character's name is Henry. Shut up, Seagull, you prick. Yeah, I really like Henry, the character Henry, which is one of the mercenaries. I think the effects are really good. Yes, they're not entirely practical. I don't know what the ratio is of practical and CGI, but I'm sure it's more so CGI than practical. But I think it works really well, and I I mean, I can't really say down the line, because, you know, I can't fucking travel in time, but I'm sure it will live up to the special effects standards, if that makes sense. So in like 20 years time, maybe, let's say, I think it will still hold up, but can't tell until in 20 years. So yeah, so yeah, special effects great. The character of Henry I really like, directed really well by Gareth Edwards. The story, it's interesting to a point. So I'm just gonna, if there's any other positives, I'll mention it. But my mixed, I'm still unsure about this, but I think the other characters, mainly the other mercenaries, I'm a bit like, yeah, they're just characters. They're not really like that memorable. I mean, there's a couple of like quippy jokes that they make that I kind of found amusing, but other than that, like in terms of the personality and everything, it's kind of, yeah, you know, kind of just generic to me. That's how I saw it anyway. If you saw it differently, then cool. Other mixed, I don't know what else. Negatives, the family. I tried to keep a straight face when Rusty was talking about the family, saying I think the family is really good. I was just like, because, you know, I wanted him to project his thoughts, well, mainly his positive, so I'm glad he liked the family. I didn't really. I found them to be quite a distraction, because unlike Rusty, I wanted to know more about the mercenaries than I did about the family, because I feel like a family, it's almost like whoever's decision it was to put the family in. I'm guessing David Koepp, who wrote the script. I mean, sometimes it's another crew member, because obviously, you know, you get ideas like, oh, what if we add this or add that? So whether it's David Koepp or not, deciding, oh, let's add a family in there to make it more, I guess, relatable, and you feel more vulnerable for them, because obviously it's a family. Whereas if it's with mercenaries, you feel like they can handle themselves more than a family. So they probably were like, oh, we got to make it more, you know, not to try and repeat my words again, but I guess to make you feel more relatable, you feel more sympathy for them, because they're not armed, or they're not, you know, they're not used to that area. But it's like, you know, I don't know, the family is just a bit weird. Sorry, weird sounds like a really mean word, but, you know, yeah. And the other negative, Dolores, the fucking little dinosaur. Dolores is pretty much the baby Grogu of the film, and obviously I'm sure that baby Grogu is a cool character. Now, I haven't actually seen The Mandalorian, so I can't really say this too much, but from pictures and little clips that I've seen of Grogu, baby Grogu, he's cute and everything. He's kind of that cute character in a film you get, whereas Dolores, the little dinosaur in this, is technically that, but I don't think she serves really any purpose in the film. It's just a cute character to be there to service the characters and the story, I guess. I don't know. It's just, yeah. I don't tend to like these kind of too cutesy characters. They're just distracting, and just, yeah, to me. If you like them, then, you know, hats off to you. Hats off to you. Oh shit. So yeah. Any other negatives? I did feel like the film did drag on a little bit. I do kind of agree with Rusty saying that the film does start quite slow, and it does pick up a little bit in the middle act, especially when they get to the island. Oh, actually, I'll finish this one. So, yeah. So basically, the pacing is a little bit off. No, not as much as like Dominion. But oh yeah, the negative that I just remembered. Oh, mixed. Sorry, I'll get to my other mixed. The big bad dinosaur in this, or should I say xenomorph? Because it looks like the head of this dinosaur, this big bad dinosaur. I forgot what the species is called, because I'm shit at that. But the head was like a xenomorph, and then the teeth were like a xenomorph, and it was like, what in the alien was that? So I'm a bit mixed on that. I'm a bit like, okay, I don't know if that's kind of a bit of a nod to alien. I mean, okay. I mean, I'm sure Gareth is, I mean, he's a sci-fi head, so I'm sure he loves aliens, so I don't know if that was the intention, but, or if it was David Koepp who likes it, because obviously he wrote it, so, but anyway, yeah, so, let me just go through all my positives next. So, positives, great direction, really like Henry, one of the mercenary character with the glasses. The effects are really good, pretty much. Couldn't really see any, like, bad CGI to me, and I'm not very good at CGI unless it's like old CGI, like with the older Jurassic films, but this looks really good. Kind of immaculate, actually. I couldn't tell anything bad from it, so I'm trying to get good lighting here, and I'm in the shade as well, because it's right out there, and it's hot as shit, so I'm trying to stay cool. So yeah, good CGI. Character I really liked was Henry. I liked him the most, and if he had died I would have cared, whereas with anyone else I was a bit like, yeah. Although, again, obviously spoilers, I should have probably said this, but screw it. Duncan! I know his name because I've seen the trailer a lot, and obviously Mahershala Ali's character Duncan, he sacrifices himself, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, that's a heroic thing, but I was like, in the back of my head I was like, they're going to ruin that by removing the stakes and keeping him alive, and they did, which was a bit annoying, because it's like, it's a stake, it's like, oh my god, he's saving them, it's like, damn it. It's like, that was the only part of his character that I was like, oh, this could have been a really cool moment for him, but, I mean, it was, but until we found out he was alive. But anyway, that's just my opinion. What else? Don't know. Again, it's just initial thoughts, so I need to sit with this film a bit longer, but those are kind of just my initial thoughts right now. 10 minutes, yeah, so we've been recording for 10 minutes. I think that's about it. What would I give this out of 10? I'd probably give this, and also Rusty, if there's questions you want to ask me, please message me, because I'm sure there's probably things that if you were here you probably would have stopped me and asked me that, but message me if there is anything. But anyway, regarding my rating, I would give this film a 6 out of 10. 3-star. It was fairly decent. It was okay. Would I watch it again? Yeah, probably not anytime soon. I'll probably watch it at the end of the year for when I do my ranking for this year, but I'm not rushing to go watch it again in the cinema, or rushing to watch it straight when it goes on to Blu-ray. I'll buy the Blu-ray probably later on when it comes out this year. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Sorry if there was anything else you wanted to know about my thoughts, but again, that's the thing about initial thoughts. I can only get so much out, as well as Rusty and NerdTube and Robert as well. But yeah, guys, sorry I forgot to do my fucking ranking, dickhead. So my number 7, The Lost World Jurassic Park. My number 6, Jurassic World Dominion. Number 5, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Number 4, Jurassic World Rebirth. Number 3, Jurassic Park 3. Number 2, Jurassic World 1, Jurassic Park, the first one. So yeah, that's my ranking. So if you liked this review for Jurassic World Rebirth, give it a thumbs up. I do apologise that the intro was much longer than it needed to be. Me and Rusty can be chatterboxes, and the fact that we had to keep going back and forth to different places to record was just a pain in the arse. Whereas right now, there was only one person that just walked past that I had to stop recording. Whereas in the intro, it was like a dozen people. It was just fucking ridiculous. So not only am I in the shade and I'm keeping cool and not boiling to death, but I'm also, I've only got one person that just walked past, so it's all good for this afterthoughts. But you know, it is what it is. So yeah, again, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below if you have watched the film, or if you maybe aren't going to watch the film. Let us know your reasons why. And if you have watched the film, let us know your rating and your positives, mixed, negative aspects of the film. And yeah, see you in the next video. I don't know what that's going to be. Might be Superman. Yeah, it's probably Superman. So yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.